est votre planquette. La planquette est
Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to another 3D Hangout. That's the show, 3D Hangout. I'm Noe Pedro Ruiz, designer here at Adafruit. Pedro.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Pedro Ruiz, creative tech here at Adafruit, and every week we come to share 3D printing projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That's right, this is a show where we combine 3D printing, DIY electronics. We smash them together and we make inspirational projects for you folks. Guess what, Pedro? We have a new paint job.
Yeah, we got some hammers and hammered away at some graphics, and we got some new camera angles, some new UI. Check it out. Let's go to view number 2.
You want this one? Well, what's this? Woo! This is our Theta cam. You've probably seen some videos, some 360 videos. We finally figured out how to get this into Wirecast using a UVC Blender plugin, which is from Reiko. And we also got the chat room live here now. So guys, be on your best behavior. The chat now usually doesn't get saved after the live stream, but now it is. So we can see the chat. It's right above us here. So this is a nice little 3-up camera with the chat on the side, us in the front here, and then the overhead over here at the bottom. The camera's using something called equilateral or equal rectangular.
Equilateral rectangular, yeah.
And it just flattens out that 360 view, so you guys get a nice sort of behind-the-scenes look. Not sure how we're going to use it yet, but you can see Pedro like coming in and out here, and I can walk all over the place, which is there in the Zoidberg. So I don't know. That's kind of neat. So. I hope you guys enjoyed the new stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else. Overhead is over here. We're trying to incorporate the chat in just about every shot, and Wirecasts are called shots. So we're trying to incorporate the chat as best as we can. So it's a little hard for me to see it, but I think you guys can see it just fine.
Yeah, best behavior, because I'll throw it on the band hammer pretty quickly.
Yes. So there you go. This week's coupon code is cosplay. Earlier in the morning, we came out with the video. This is our video that we took a couple weeks ago when Murakami Hatsumi Fair happened, and it was just like a little cosplay event. We wanted to go outdoors and do a little 360 action.
Just like any anime, we needed a filler episode to prepare you guys for the release of the Pi Zero. Yay! Finally,
yeah, Pi Girl Zero, Star Trek are all happening in conjunction with each other, and the guide is pretty much ready for it. I'm just doing the last touches on getting the image ready for it, so you guys can get it up and running, just making sure everything is good, like proofreading it very well. So that's about it. 10% off again is today's coupon code. If you guys want to pick up an electronics, support the channel, support the lovely people that work here.
That's right. This whole show is supported by you guys, so definitely take advantage. We got some awesome deals as always. $200 or more, you get free shipping. And then if you're in the Manhattan area, same day delivery.
That's right. Adabot will deliver you your lovely products.
Oh, now that we can see the chat, say what's up to everybody joining in.
Hello everybody. What's up, Joel? Print the Thing. Jay Wall is in here. James Ross is in here. Victor is in here. Of course, Kirby's in here. Nick Faro is in here. This is fun. This is really nice to be able to.
Everybody shout out where everybody is coming in from.
Yeah, where are you from? Let us know. And so folks can know how national this whole community is.
Oh yeah, print that thing, watch the language in there. We have the automatic whatever filters on there.
Oh yeah, watch your language. Yeah.
Even though it's good. Yeah, I think we have to find out a way to change, because we're always talking about like screws, but that's blocked.
Yeah, you can't say screw, because like screw you is apparently a bad word. And we're trying to work out how to get night bots, or just bots in general, so that they can answer some questions. Quick programming note, we have a newsletter. If you guys are into getting tips and news in your mailbox daily, adafruitdaily.com is where to do it. We have not just 3D printing, we have biohacking, maker business, wearables, playerables, and flareables.
I think the maker business is a really good one. That one's written by PT.
Yeah, maker business is very insightful.
They need to have a whole podcast just on the business of maker businesses. So
that would be cool.
If they got a bug Phil on that one, super interesting on all the
more podcasts
about that.
I'm running out of podcasts. Okay, well that's the beginning of the show thing. We're gonna jump in and talk about what we've been working on. What are we working on?
Real quick, checking out the chat room. Looks like people coming in from Ohio, Finland, India, Israel, Chile, Nashville, Tennessee.
Wow, that is awesome. Really cool. Good stuff, folks.
All right, so here is the Pygirl Zero.
Yeah, Pygirl Zero. What have I done to it? I'm trying to make it less screws, so I went in and removed all the screws things.
Scared to open it?
No, don't open it. It's got a really nice clamp feature on it, so it snaps fit into it. I did a layer by layer on it last week, so you guys can share. I haven't been able to do one this week. I'm hoping to do one either tomorrow or later today. Probably not today. A lot of things going on in the background. But I just wanted to share with you guys, if you didn't see this video yet, can you show this up here like that? We were experimenting with CNC milling onto actual 3D printed parts. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. And I also did a write-up with more details on it on the Adafruit blog that talked about what to know, sort of the experiences and what to look out for. So this was milled using the other mill. It's that desktop CNC, and it's from Other Machine. It was milled using an engraving bit, which is a really fine-tipped bit. Basically, you just put it on the bed and you mill it out. We did a couple different tests. These are sort of the older prototypes of the Raspberry Pi Game Girl project, so I was able to, dig these out of the trash can or the recycling bin and mill on top of it to do some tests. So this is just the Raspberry Pi logo. It's just an SVG that you bring into the Other Plan software, which is it takes care of all of the settings and basically all the settings and material profiles for milling. Normally it's kind of complex. You got to have very, very specific details, a lot like 3D printing, but even more so. But the Other Plan does a really good job of managing simple tool paths and material profiles for milling on top of stuff. So I use the HDPE material profile, and I just inputted in the dimensions, and I made sure that I tried to square it up as best as possible. One thing I found is that regular PLA, milling, etching on top of regular PLA has its problems, its issues, since it's a very brittle material. A lot of dust and I guess just a lot of the dust, a lot of the chip that gets milled while it's milling gets embedded into the edges, so you have to do a little bit of cleanup. This is PLA PHA, the teal color here, and that's a little bit more forgiving. It's a lot more of a softer material. It works really well when you're sanding it down, so that's why you don't see you don't get as bad of a finish than regular PLA. So that's all I found. I wasn't sure what would happen. Will it melt? Would it get gunked up in the bit? And it didn't. So it worked out really well.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why we did this was because we were able to get more finer detail from milling a part than you could with, using a 0.2 millimeter nozzle on the printer, and it just looks a lot more finer. You don't have to worry about retraction or anything like that with the embossment of this. So very good test there.
It's a good alternative to, if you don't have a CNC mill, obviously you want to use your printer, but this was just a test to see and put the printer to put the milling machine to its test. Can I actually do this? And you can.
And if you don't need embossing, you could definitely just print this out on a 2D printer or whatever, and we've done that before. We just put that on the actual
put
part.
A sticker, a vinyl sticker or something.
Yeah, anything to make it multi-material.
Yeah.
Other tests that we've been doing with the other mill, I think you got video to roll.
Sure.
Here's the Star Trek communicator with the awesome Blinky code provided by world famous
Patriot Dragon, Phil B. Did the code on this one in conjunction with Lamar. Guys, this is just a prop. This is a functional cell phone.
Yeah, so you have a call button, you have answer, your hang up button, a little.
How's it a real cell phone? What's in there?
Yeah, so inside here we have a phone a feather, and we have the Ting GSM SIM card inside here. So again, like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, this is one of those props that comes with a monthly bill.
Not a cheap one.
Yeah, so
no, but it's like $5 a month, I think, right? Or $10?
It's like $7 a month, but
month.
it's always handy to have an extra, because you have like tethering ability, you have like international roaming, you got like a bunch of different plans on there.
No, my favorite thing about it is this is an all-in-one board. It's just that one board that has all the electronics in it. It has a built-in charging circuit, so you can charge it via micro USB. Yeah. When I did the Arduino phone, which I haven't released yet for good reason,
that's what it was.
I had all these different pieces. I had the screen. I had
jam-packed in there.
I had a lot of different circuits to go in there. This is the all-in-one feather board format, so it has everything integrated together, combined. So it can not just make your own cell phone, but an amazing prop too.
Yeah, let's see if this will actually do a demo on it while we're talking.
You're gonna call me or you?
Myself. Yeah. So the video that you should roll up is with the other mill. We were milling out the actual button plate that goes on top of here.
0.5 inch or something like that. 0.025 inch aluminum sheet. You can mill aluminum with the CNC machine. This is the other mill again. So it's just a test. I took your file that you made in Fusion 360, and I just there's a CAM Tools environment. So that basically lets you add processes and generate tool paths for milling out different types of material. Other mill has tool heads, a library that you can import and get your settings kind of pre-configured because they've fine-tuned all the settings for feed rate. Oh man, you're calling?
Oh yeah, I just called myself. Live call now on the...
Oh, you're going to hear echo.
I know, right? So this is really cool when the prop actually works, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah, so if you switch back over, I think you were done with your spiel, right?
No!
Yeah, so this is so cool when we first got it working last night.
Don't cross the streams.
I know.
So it actually works. It actually is a cell phone.
Yeah, so like I was saying before, we have the medium plastic speaker inside here. We have the 1200 milliamp battery. We got the little UFL connector going into the phone a feather, and a little vibration motor on here that actually vibrates the Star Trek tone. So that's really cool when you get a tone, or when you get a call, yeah. Okay. So that's super cool when it first starts up. Had to do a little bit of cleverness in cutting all the diode, the resistor, and the transistor in there for running the
motor?
The motor.
Okay, the vibration motor.
The vibration motor, yeah. And then the way that we split the grounds to everything else was also pretty cool in that we're using the flexible PCB, as you can see right here, to split off, to actually to split off the ground connections to all of the buttons and the LEDs.
Clever stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on the guide and got my Spock get up for shooting all of the hero shots.
Spock shirt, Spock ears.
Yeah, and I really like this design. It has no screws except for the plate that's holding all the buttons together on this.
Right on.
So I think I still have the call on there.
No, let's
hang up on it. Yeah, so I think Nick Farrow was asking, how do you dial numbers? So inside of the Arduino sketch, you can choose what phone number it dials when you hit the red button.
Yeah. It only calls one person.
Yeah. I mean,
you could obviously modify it.
You can add more buttons. You have these, the green and the blue buttons are free, so you can add more buttons on there. And this is definitely going along the terms. We saw this really interesting documentary on how people in Asia have all these very fancy, like completely customizable phones, because everybody's tired of having like, an iPhone or an Android phone where it's just like a brick. They have like all these interesting like shapes that just do like one thing, or have like different priorities to people that have
Hello
like
Kitty phones,
little have like their
phones.
own little like night light on it. It's a very interesting documentary that we should link on.
I think it's on the Adafruit blog too. You can pull it up.
And one of our Phil and Lamar's friend Bunny, there's a ton of really cool. He's working on the open source laptop. Talks about that. And this is really that mindset of building your own phone specifically for your own needs.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. All right, so
I say Was hoping Morse code.
Morse code. I'm sure you could do that. Like a combination of buttons would make different phone calls. You could always do that.
Kirby asking, why not use the haptic board in the shop? This is what Lamar gave me in parts to build. So
I think it's a low cost. It's as low as it's. We're thinking about cost here, and it's a little bit more of a less cost when you use just.
You can also watch the live stream too for that she did. It was like about an hour long of building the code for this. It's pretty complicated. I never write that code.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check that out if you're interested in building your own. All the code will be released a week after your Pi Girl.
Yeah, in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. So very cool. Really like this.
Couple supports materials required. Awesome. We'll talk more about the printing and
we'll talk about it more next week.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
All right, that's what we're prototyping this week.
Yeah. Also, I made like a 3D printed.
Oh, if you want to switch back over
thing
to the
for the Theta camera, because
really make a video of that.
The thing about the Theta camera is that it has a micro USB right near the 1/4-20 socket for the little tripod screw.
Yeah, so this is a 5/8 going into the 3/8 adapter. Yeah. It's going into the 1/4-20.
Yeah, it's a little. I had to make it in 2 pieces because how would you get the D-ring in there if it's too small for the actual? Because this is a microphone stand. Microphone stand is not compatible with the tripod. Yeah. It's like a big rod, so it's a quick little print thing. So I was able to whip that out in like 10 minutes, which is awesome. Awesome power of 3D printing, right? If you don't have, you could duct tape your camera to the stick, but why not do it legit where it's like nice and
nice little 7-minute print, and even about 7 minutes to model as well. We had all the parts. We have a library of all the designs for, because this is not the first time we've used a bunch of the
I just have all the
ball
holes,
heads and all
the
little D rings to make a bunch of the projects. So yeah, very handy little way. And right after the show, I'm gonna go grab the LG 360 camera, which allows you to shoot in I think it's 2.5K, so you can get a little bit better resolution for the 360 videos that we have out there. So
good stuff.
Should be cool.
All right, that's it for prototyping stuff.
Actually, one more.
Okay.
We got to build up a bunch, because these take so long. We always have to have like so many projects in the works. If you want to roll the video for this, I don't know if you have like a split screen for this, but the world's cutest little FPV. I want to call it a sniffer. So if you're going like to a FPV event, like a drone, a first-person view of the drones that are flying around. So we have our little Walkera F210 here, and we're able to get a little preview of what's going on here.
Yeah, so instead of, it's like DIY goggles, sort of, but without the headpiece.
If you guys looked around, they're like $500, $800 for FPV monitors and goggles, and we have everything in the shop to build one for like $60, $100. We also have the goggles as well. The goggles that we use for the little Raspberry Pi project. Yeah.
Cool.
So that's what that looks like there. I'm using the smaller one because we're out of stock of the 3.5, but this works pretty good. We were testing the range on this. We have the UFL antennas in the shop as well. We got small ones, medium ones, and the big old large one.
Yeah. So how are you powering it?
So if you switch back over, for now, I'm only using the, I forget what this is. It's a 2200 cylindrical, but I think we're going to switch it up with probably one of the flatter ones.
And thing's so tiny, yeah.
I know. I'm going to use the 3.5. This is the 1.5 because, like I said, we were out of stock of the other ones. So as soon as those are back, we'll order those in. And yeah, you might remember a project that we worked on with Phil B, I think last year, where it was just a Wi-Fi sniffer. I can actually go grab it real quick.
Sure, and then I'll show you guys which screen it is. This is NTSC PAL TFT Display 2.0 diagonal. You use the smaller one, right?
Yeah, I use the smaller one. No, we have a 3.5 actually. Right. That's what I'm going to end up using.
Okay. So this little guy is compatible with just about anything that uses RCA. I think even I saw Andrew Stott use this on his Pi Girl project. One of his Pi Girl projects. Like,
yeah, so the main thing I wanted is the...
Sorry about that. Our microphone batteries died. That happens.
About that, folks.
Yep. Apologize for your ears. We know we've killed and made some people deaf.
No, sorry about
Apologize.
Maker Me is saying we need a dedicated chat reader. I would get my wife to, but she's actually live streaming as well. Everybody works from home. It's like
boy.
busy.
That's great. Cool. Great to see Angus in here. Check out Angus's YouTube channel if you haven't already. I'm sure you folks have.
Very
Good
awesome
stuff.
content.
Good
yeah.
to see you. Okay, so
what we were saying before was, what's interesting about the receivers nowadays is that you can power it from 3 volts all the way up to 24 volts, and it's compatible with like up to 3S LiPo batteries, so the ones that people use on their drones. So that's really cool that everybody standardized to that.
cool.
And yeah, very awesome little project. Just waiting on the bigger screens to come back in stock, and I'll start building the case for that. So nice little
DIY FPV monitor.
yeah. And what I really like about this is the breakout that they provide if you switch back to the overhead.
Yeah, sure.
The biggest part on this is actually just this RCA converter here. So we actually have the parts in the shop if you want to build your own, but you don't really need it. I'm just going to chop this off and just connect it like that to make it as small as possible.
Sure.
So cool little project here. Can't wait to start on this one. And yeah, drones are FPV.
Drones are fun.
Stuff is really fun. Like we were mentioning last week, a very interesting video on just the whole FPV culture, the start of as a drone racing as a sport. Looks really fun.
Yep.
And again, reminder, we do have the Drone Awards going on. So if you guys have any awesome videos of landscapes flying around or very interesting movies, people have come up with really good ways to come up with a lot of cinematic ways to use them.
Yeah, so we got a really nice panel of judges. This is, of course, a contest. It's a chance to win a 3D printed trophy and some store credit. First place gets $100, second place $75, and third place gets $50. A lot of great, again, judges.
I just want to show the drone too for this.
So
we made a video about this, I think last year, and here's what the printed in
Shiny.
copper fill, all ran through the tumbler. Yeah, it looks fancy.
Yeah, very cool. So if you folks want to enter that, it is very easy to do so. Go to adafruit.com/dronies.
You got an excellent
There's a submit button there.
Judges clicking on that.
The deadline is June 6th, so we have a little bit to go, a couple more weeks. All the rules are there, limit of 5 minutes, entries limited. Only the States, unfortunately. With shipping stuff, it's difficult to ship international. There must be at least some footage from a drone in every video entry. So get all the details for submitting at adafruit.com/dronies again. So, yeah.
Looking into the chat room, people asking, why don't we use a mic with a cable? Because then I wouldn't be able to walk around like I just did.
Right.
Plus, these...
they're usually pretty good. They last us a good week, and then,
because
sometimes the battery indicator.
Well, what happened was we were recording all of your hero shots yesterday, and that's probably what killed it.
Shots.
Yeah, last time it was my mic that died, so we just got to do a better job on.
I think this happened
changing
last
up the
week.
batteries. Eggs is saying his brother made his own drone. Very awesome, yeah. A lot of the little Hubsan is so hackable that you're able to take it apart and make a 3D printed.
Right, and there's a lot of kits as well. You can just source the parts yourself or get a kit that has everything in it. That is great. If you want to share the project with us, we'd love to share it too.
Yeah, we'll post it up on the blog. Yeah, very cool.
Stuff.
Very cool. All right. Next up, we have. Take the notes here. Shop talk. Or did you want to do a CAD walkthrough of milling out?
I'd love to, but I don't have anything
week.
queued up. Been running around doing other things. I have a video of a Taz being shipped. Do you want to go to that?
Yeah, let's shoot over to that.
All right.
So definitely
Shout out to Kirby G in the chat room.
taking the Taz off our hands there. You noticed last week that we were just talking about adding LEDs to the shelving units in the garage. And he was like, oh no, the rods look a little misaligned in there. I posted a picture of the rods. It was actually it has a little bit more problems than that. And he was like, "Oh, that thing needs a good home," and it just made me realize, man, we got way too many printers here. We're definitely in that spring cleaning mode. We have like 3 more units coming in coming months, so it was like, man, here, just take it, dude. You'll definitely give it a better home.
We have donated our Taz 4 to Kirby G. We know he'll take good care of her.
Yeah, so here's just video of disassembling it. I forgot how easy it is for them to ship this, and oh man, reminded of just how giant this Flexi Dually here
It's pretty big.
Yeah, so I'm sure he'll definitely fix it up, maybe turn it into a Taz 6 or something. Gave him like the original Buddhist nozzles that came with it, the Flexi Dually, a bunch of like resistors, because I've never had any luck with those always kept blowing out on me for some reason, but you'll have a bunch of those to keep it going.
Spares? Okay, cool. And on another note, I didn't get a video of it, but I actually sent RigidBot 2
Oh yeah, Andrew Stout, yeah.
to Andrew Stott, who may or may not be in the chat room. But yeah, we were chatting back and forth, and he's also going to give that printer a good home.
Yeah, it looks like Kirby's saying he needs a name for the Taz. Everybody in the chat, what should Kirby name his new Taz?
New poll. That's great.
Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm happy to see that you wrapped up the glass plate. I'm happy to see that got there in one piece.
We got a lot of bubbles. Good stuff. Shout out to you, Kirby. Thank you for
we've
our
been
hands.
in like in a printer giveaway frenzy. Like
That's
Wayne
from Print and Z stopped by over the weekend, and
we're getting the
gave him
zebra
our
plates in stock, and he stopped by. We're gonna do an interview with him. He's just gonna stop by in the office because he lives like literally right down the street from us.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, hey, take this PrinterBot Plus off our hands. Also gave him the Iris drone as well. Definitely got to clean up. We've gotten to that point where we have just way too much stuff of everything. I have like 5 of everything. So
Yep.
we're going to continue that. I think we give away another PrinterBot Plus to
I gave one to
Yanni.
Yanni. Yeah.
Give him a simple because we got like so many more coming in.
We have
Oh,
to
geez.
share the wealth.
Yeah. I mean, these cost us nothing, so whatever. I don't think
No,
anybody
that's
wants
good.
to actually buy them. But yeah, pretty cool there. We'll check in progress. Kirby will be making videos on feature videos on like fixing it up, doing the enclosure for the Taz, which is really cool, which could be applied to any printer if you're doing ABS. He's going to try to get the cost down below $500 for all that acrylic.
Okay.
So very cool.
Great.
Checking in the chat. Cheers from Mexico.
Hello.
Oh yeah, on Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah. Feliz Cinco de Mayo, everybody.
Maker's Muse asking if we tweak the accelerations on the X and Y jerk on the RigidBot 2. So definitely reach out to Andrew Stout. He has all the Arduino code that we had to update for getting all that fixed. He actually sent us a prototype of the first one, and there was a ton of tweaking that we had to do for that.
Yeah, I found that the E drive wasn't too well. The E
Extruder,
drive was set to 50. I would crank it up to 75.
Yeah, so definitely check that
But
out.
yeah, I didn't mess with the jerk settings for the X and Y. Just the E drive, that wasn't too well. But you know, it might. Maybe you do have to. In my particular bot, that's what I had to fix. It was just one setting, and I didn't even have to do too much updating in the firmware. They do have an update in their GitHub repo.
Yeah,
It's just running an Arduino Mega, so you can just upload the new firmware if you need to. I'm not sure if you do need to, but
yeah, depending on which one you received, if it was either the prototype or the actual 2 final.
yeah, the final sort of model.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was interesting the prototype they sent out because they're printing it like on their Z Corp printer, so the whole body was it was a
3D
giant
printed,
3D printed part.
And now it's injection molded. It's really nice and sturdy.
Pretty good, yeah,
It's
and
pretty rigid.
yeah, I like how light it was compared to the
little spot.
little spot. Yeah, it was like night and day. We were carrying that thing out to UPS to ship out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is that it for Shop Talk, Pedro?
Angus saying, yeah, good to hear. Already cranked the currents up. The print quality needs help. I'll emailing him. Yeah,
Good.
very early
Awesome.
one. Oh, okay. If it was the early one, yeah.
Yep.
Crap.
Crap.
Yeah, it needed a ton of help.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man. But yeah, he can send you over all the code that you need.
Okay.
But after we fixed all that up, the print quality was really good off of it. It was happy. The retraction was really good when we did like Verneuil shapes with it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good, and for the price too. Like when they were having that sale for like $500 or whatever.
Yeah, good price point for a large build volume.
Yeah, especially since PrinterBot has discontinued their PrinterBot Plus. There's definitely room for that printer in that range with that price even cheaper than it was. So I'm very good on that.
Cool. All right.
Cool. All right, next up.
So we do community makes.
Community makes.
All right, folks, we got a couple projects we want to share with you that we've scoundred up. If I can get to them real quick. The first project is...
Oh, actually, if you still want to talk about this.
Want to talk about this?
Yeah,
All right,
Pinshape.
just a quick thing about Pinshape. Where's the Pinshape website? Yeah, so Pinshape, I'm sure you guys have heard Pinshape. It's a repository site. It's a very nice site. They were shutting down. Last month, they announced they're going to shut down. But they, in the last minute, they got a lot of support from the community, and they got some mysterious investors. It turns out it was Formlabs. So Formlabs acquired Pinshape.
Yeah,
And here's the
seems
blog
that,
post about it.
Every printer company needs like their own repository.
Right. And MakerBot has obviously Thingiverse. Ultimaker has Umagine. And I think iMaker has My Manufactory. And now Formlabs has Pinshape. They're not. It's a standalone company. They're not going to, I think, change too much in terms of like just making it a place to put Formlabs ads on. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But when they first came back and they announced that they weren't going away, we went ahead and made an account. So I forget what the URL is.
It's mostly because they made it so simple. They have the ability to just download all of the posts that you have on Thingiverse.
Yeah, they have a nice
they
have a nice converter thing. Where's my actual thing? Here it is. So it's pinshape.com/users/83015.
Oh, man.
They need vanity URLs.
Yeah.
I signed up as a beta tester. They have this ambassador section where you can sign up to be a moderator or a beta tester or some other things. I got some ideas. Certainly there's a lot of room for improvement, and it's already great as it is, but there's always room for improvement.
The only thing that's missing, though, is just the immense amount of traffic that Thingiverse gets. If we switch tabs over, you take a look at some of the statistics that we're getting on
Thingiverse is a fire hose, man. It is crazy.
Yeah.
On a day,
on a
we're
slow
fortunate
day.
to get around 300 downloads a day. On a good day, it's like 1,000 downloads, and this is every single day. Right now on Pinshape, I think we have a total right now of just 300 downloads, and there's not a lot of folks going to it, but maybe we can help change that, because
maybe upload it there first. But see, that's the problem. Everybody, even if they do have an account there, they have an account everywhere else, and they'll just post it everywhere.
It's very hard for us anyway to make the time to upload to every single repost site.
Yeah, we've tried, and it gets in the way of projects and shooting and writing.
We don't have like a dedicated team to do that for us. We have to do it ourselves. So.
Yeah, even like our QA team back at the office, they're doing like they got to deal with like customers, and so everybody's stretched thin.
Right. So we really like Pinshape. They're coming out with some great content on their blog. They have a lot of helpful things. Here's one: 3D slicer settings for beginners, 10 things you need about 3D printing and food safety, advanced simplified 3D techniques. They just have a plethora of great content. We always say
education is definitely the best marketing tool.
Absolutely. So if you haven't already, check out Pinshape. Consider putting some of your designs up there.
Yeah.
And
let's try to make it into a fire hose.
Yeah,
Thingiverse, if you just chill on like the /new on Thingiverse, like every other minute there's like a new design on there.
And I'm sure you folks have seen the news with MakerBot outsourcing their manufacturing to China and reducing some of their staff. Yeah. It's a little bit frightening.
Although
at any minute,
we've heard
they
word
could
though that
change Thingiverse and things could.
Yeah, I mean, Stratus is using it as when people ask, "What can you do with 3D printing?" They immediately point to Thingiverse. So far they've been lucky that that they still need that for introducing people or companies to that, they can still say, oh, look at Thingiverse. So that's really what I think for the time being, they're going to keep that around just because there's just so many models on there.
When the fiasco happened with eBay seller selling like hundreds of designs from Thingiverse, it took a little bit, but Thingiverse/MakerBot, they did do good. They did stick their legal team on them, I guess I could say.
Yeah.
So they are doing good, but it's nice to have, I don't know,
Other
Plan B.
alternatives.
I guess I call it Plan B. I don't know, but what do you guys think? What do you think about the Pinshape?
Kirby says that he leaves Pinshape as soon as the pop-ups come up. Yeah, it's pretty much with every website, especially if it's like on your phone. It's like, really? I have like no screen real estate. Close.
Yeah, I signed up for the newsletter and I still get the pop-up saying, hey, can we have your email again? It's like, so I don't know, maybe that's one thing we should
is saying that he likes the 360 viewer inside Pinshape.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm surprised
right,
Thingiverse hasn't added something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's always really good to have a really fast 360 viewer on there.
Okay.
Maker's Muse says, rest in peace, MakerBot. Yeah. I mean, they have their Rep 2 discounted so much. It's definitely a workhorse here.
We still have the Rep 2 right here in the back.
Yeah, man, the Flash Forge.
Kills it.
Definitely kills it.
Oh, boy. Oh, boys.
Yeah.
All right, so
Nick
that was...
Farrow is not a big fan of Bree.
Yeah.
Or after Bree left MakerBot. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it'd be funny if it turns out to be like the Apple story where, Bree comes back. It's like,
yeah, I don't know.
hey, guys, I'm back.
I don't know, man.
That'd be an interesting story for,
Yeah. All right.
OctoPrint.
Let's talk about OctoPrint.
Yeah, OctoPrint new version came out, and let's go ahead and do.
So
shout out to Gina. Yeah.
Shout out to Gina. The month has. What do we say?
Our card's been charged. The month.
We're helping Gina and a lot of you. 474 patrons. Amazing people in the community have spoken. They don't want to see OctoPrint or Gina fade away. So this is great. It's a very awesome utility.
Software that we use every day here because it's it's a pain in the butt to run over with your SD card or have.
When you're managing multiple printers, you're gonna need to have them on the network.
Yeah, we can't have a computer plugged into any printer, so.
So version 1.2.1 is out. It's out.
What does the changelog say it is?
Let's take a look here. Release notes. It's stable.
Yeah, so we're actually going to update it live on the air to see if
update now.
Should be good.
Are you sure you want to update? Yes, I do. Updating.
Yeah, but it's definitely a piece of software you want to use if you're doing any printing at all. And with the M3D, you can't use it reliably without OctoPrint.
Very small it's just additions. It's just notifications to let folks know what's going on, what's happening. So Gina really wants to be really transparent and let people know up to date what's going on with OctoPrint. So that is really nice. A couple bug fixes, remove the possibility to accidentally disable a local file, fix a broken post roll and Z-based timelines, fix some CSS stuff. Yeah, it's great to see incremental changes. It's always getting an update, so it's great.
Yeah, I really like how you're able to go in there, and the Cura plugin for there is so awesome. You can just drag an STL right into your browser. You get all your slice settings. You can do all your RAFs, all that stuff in there, and you can change all that around. Have different profiles for different printers. It's so handy. Very amazing job that she's done adding to the ecosystem of 3D printing. It's definitely one of the biggest missing pieces before she came along with this super awesome software. So definitely consider helping her out. Donate.
It's patreon.com/Fusel.
All right, awesome.
Fusel. One of those. Okay. Now can I do the community makes?
To finish updating? Let's take a peek real quick.
That's going to take
updating.
a minute.
All right.
Remember, we're streaming. And so is your wife. All right, a couple of projects that we're going to talk about. First up, this is from Andrew Stout. Disrupt It Yourself on YouTube and Instagram. He built a Pie Girl 3. He posted a picture of it. He did this cool paint job on it. It looks really cool. He did a couple of, I really like seeing when people update it, they figure out a better optimization in terms of wiring or circuitry. Instead of soldering into the back of the Pi pens, he soldered power and ground from the Power Boost to a on-the-go micro USB adapter. So that's really cool. Great to see. Not only did he do a fantastic paint job, he also added a cool little charging dock for the Pi Girl. So that's kind of cool.
So
put
cool with that space.
type on there. Quick design and went to 3D. So if you folks want to check it out, it is up on Thingiverse. Maybe we'll get it on Pinshape.
Very cool.
Pi Girl 2 build from N602, user N602 on Thingiverse. Trying to figure out what may have changed. I think he did something where instead of powering through the gamepad PCB, he connected it to the power in on the power. Oh, he did similar to what Andrew did. So you can see here there's a connector here to it. So that's awesome.
Very cool.
Yeah. This is the Pocket Pi. Wait, no, this is Pi Go 2. Okay, cool. Yep, and a couple settings and stuff like that. So I printed on this Flash Forward Script Pro.
All right. And
really like seeing all the settings and stuff, and people share that. Printed on a zebra plate using Simplify 3D. That's
cool.
great. Good stuff. Verbatim PLA. Verbatim some good stuff. Okay, next up we got another Pi Girl 2. This is like the project that everybody wants to build. It's like the Hello World project for Raspberry Pi. This one's built from DMFX22 on Thingiverse. Great little project. Take your time. A little bit of problem resizing the 40-pin cable, but he was able to get a replacement and get it done. This was printed on his DaVinci XYZ printer. Very cool, and thank you for sharing it. And the last one, this one is Ada Bot, our lovable mascot. This was printed by Viral Shipper. I think he was in the chat room yesterday on one of the shows.
Yeah, they were asking why don't we have any plushies? Since we have all the plushies for Mo, we have Ruby, Cappy, Connie.
Yeah, I was gonna say Black
Billy, Gus, and Ruby.
Those are our Circuit Playground characters. If you guys don't know, we do a kid show. Not we, but Adafruit as a whole does a kid show, teaching kids about electronics, Sesame Street style. With Muppets?
Actually, yeah.
It's actually very awesome. Check it out if you haven't.
Yeah. In terms of the Sesame Street reference there.
Yeah. Anyway, we made a 3D printed version of Adabot, and it's nice to see people build and 3D print her out.
Oh, yeah. You definitely got to revisit this project and add like a Pi Zero inside there, have the
sound effects board,
yeah.
Maybe some servos to make them actually move and do stuff.
Cool.
Okay, well that's all the community make projects, folks. If you have some projects that you want to share with us, please be sure to drop us a line. You can share it on any of the social channels or email support@adafruit.com.
That's probably the easiest way, yeah. Jessica will send those over to us. Totally forgot about this one. I wanted to take a look at...
we need a mail time now? What is this?
Yeah.
Is this mail time?
So Osh Park sent in the updated PCBs for the Pi Girl. Take a look at these.
Yeah, this is Rev C. Very, very simple change to like one trace.
Oh, check out the sticker from Osh Park here.
Yeah.
So the thing that you changed on this were the way that the grounds are actually held together, right?
That's it. Yep, super simple, nice and clean.
And then Lamar went in there and did
looks great.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. That's it, man. Yeah.
Very cool.
Looking good.
So yeah, Lamar will get these rushed in so we can add these to the kit, and hopefully, I don't want to say it'll be available next week, but really soon. There were some changes.
Silent buttons. We're getting silent buttons.
Oh yeah, we're getting the very awesome little buttons. Okay, cool. Looking over at the chat real quick. Nick Farrow asking if there is an LCD for the Pi. Yeah, we've actually made a couple of different projects. We have a 7-inch one, we have a 2.2-inch one where we ran OctoPrint on there.
Yeah, and the Pi Foundation also has their own 7-inch multi-touch Pi screen.
Yep, we did a project with that one as well.
Yeah.
So definitely check that out if you want to run OctoPi separately with its own separate LCD.
Yep.
We got another package here from Type A Machines. I think I know what this one is.
What, like shooter parts or something?
Yeah, I think it's the updated nozzle. Woohoo! Yeah, if you guys haven't seen
That's
before.
That's a nozzle.
Yeah, this is the whole nozzle part for that. So.
What a tiny little nozzle.
Oh, wow. Check this out. Updated. Very cool.
What's updated about it? The wiring?
Yeah, just the way the wiring is.
Okay.
And yeah, this is the complete, although not optimal since we've seen now with the
what, PLA PHA?
No, the Ultimakers, how you're able to switch out the nozzle of this. This is all one complete part, but very cool that you're able to easily switch this out. It's literally one screw to take the little cover that comes off, and it just holds it together like that. And it takes like literally like seconds to switch out your nozzle.
This is the replacement part?
Yeah, I actually broke it while trying to switch it out.
Is it fragile or just what?
It was fragile. This is it's a lot more beefier now. So
Okay.
Good job on Type A for that. Very cool.
Okay.
Can't wait to try this out. All right.
And that has been the mail time.
Our improvised mail time.
Pedro felt like it was necessary. We're going to do Q&A now, and we're going to close the show after that because we got to get going. So, we got some questions since last week. We have a couple questions. We'll answer them, and then after this, we'll answer your questions on YouTube here. The first one up is from Firelight Bailey on the 3D printed Super Game Pi project. Can I do Minecraft Pi on this? Absolutely. This project doesn't use frame buffer tools. It's just straight HDMI. So you get your full 60 frames a second. Absolutely, it works with the Raspberry Pi A, Raspberry Pi Zero, all of the Pis. So yes, absolutely. Next question is from Rob Rogers on the King Utal Time-Lapse Tuesday. Anyone else getting a 403 permission denied error from the linked website? I've checked half a dozen times. So what happened to this file? Did they take it down? Did ISIS take it down? What happened? It's not on Thingiverse. It's not
I commented on it. It was in a different place, rhymezone.org, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, just look in the comments. I reposted. I'll add it to the main description, though, but that's where I got the STL from.
Okay.
And if you guys don't know, yeah, this is one of the statues that was destroyed by one of the ISIS raids, and it's awesome to know that people had scanned a bunch of these statues before they all got destroyed. So another very handy part of 3D printing is you could recreate things that people destroy.
No.
And it also also brings to mind one of those arguments that's been said before, retaining like, oh, what if civilization was like crazy advanced before, but then it all got destroyed, like. What? Maybe we'll have like, how people say like, oh, was like society like crazy advanced and like nuclears or something destroyed it and we all forgot about it, and this is a good way to sort of preserve history.
That's quite an answer, Pedro. I hope you enjoyed that, Rob Rogers. Pedro's crazy theory.
It's been out there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Very popular with like science fiction.
Oh, right. Superboy is asking about the Ricoh Theta S. How do you splice videos and add effects? What software do you use? Yeah, so we're just using Premiere Pro. You could use Final Cut or any other software. The Ricoh Theta S has built-in tools to make the raw footage into equal rectangular, so it flattens it out, and then you can edit that to bring it into YouTube or Facebook. What do you do? You add some metadata?
Yeah, so after offloading it, you can have the Theta S act as a USB device and get all the footage off there that way. Okay. And then the included software that you have to download from Theta, or Ricoh Theta themselves, has the little metadata app that adds all that to the file, and you just upload that. Okay. The way that we're editing this is just inside Premiere, and all the graphics are being done in After Effects.
Yeah, if you notice that there's distortions and stuff when you add graphics to 360 video.
Yeah, there is a way to fix that. Yeah,
there's a way to fix that.
Yeah, so
there's a plugin for
the guys over at Metal have a plugin called Skybox, and that lets you pre-flight all your footage, so you can have like an Oculus Rift and preview all your 3D footage with that. Okay. And then there's another plugin from what was it? I don't remember the name of it.
I forgot the name.
Yeah. But that one's pretty pricey. It's like $1,200 because it gives you
VR development software.
Yeah, basically. It gives you a lot of VR tools for that. Okay. But yeah, that's how you can have your graphics all distorted, so that when you do have it 360, it'll be all nice and flat.
Yeah, sharp. Okay. Well, I hope that answers your question. There's still a lot of room for like improving workflows and whatnot. But,
yeah.
Okay.
It's not too bad, but yeah.
Phil Kraft is asking, well, Zane, you guys should make a dead mouse helmet.
Yeah, I know. I think we've been asked this a couple times. Yeah, we'll get around to it after all because we're switching over to all Pi projects now, since the Pis should be getting a little bit more easier to get coming up soon. So we'll switch over to redoing all of our Pi projects, like the little Mac Mini one, all the 7-inch Touch Pi ones.
Just put a Pi in the dead mouse. What's wrong with that? just chuck it in there. It's all good. Thanks,
one of the
Philcraft.
yeah.
Next question is from Simon McBee. I'd make a bunch of them and do bullet time effects with the Raspberry Pi camera.
Yeah, someone's actually already done this. A couple people have actually, where they're doing a complete scan, 360 scan with the Raspberry Pis, or they're doing bullet time with it. Search the blog. We've posted about it before.
That sounds cool. A little rig to do bullet time. Mm-hmm. Yanni is asking, could this be used for sanding the other mill? Yeah, you could use, not sanding like you're thinking, or like how I'm thinking, but you can do finishing passes using, I think a ball end mill would be able to do a nice sort of finishing surfaces to it instead of having to manually surface it yourself. I haven't gotten there yet, I guess I could say, but I think it's possible with some cam tools. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yep, we can make paths for that, yeah.
Next one's from Alex Brown on the mini Raspberry Pi handheld thing. Do you guys think it would be easier with the Pi 3? It's using a Pi 2. The Pi 3 will just, reduce having the need to have an external dongle or Bluetooth because it's all built in.
Yep.
So I guess it makes it easier in that sense.
Yeah. So again, another one of the projects what we're going to revisit, make it just a little bit more bigger though, maybe use like a 5-inch or something.
That'd be cool.
We have new keyboards in the shop, so we'll use those, and that's really what dictates how how large the enclosure is. So
okay,
we'll take a look at that.
Good stuff. Next one's from the Solid Small Person. Where are the L and R buttons? They're this is the Pi Girl original project. It didn't have shoulder buttons. But the Pi Girl 2 has shoulder buttons, Pi Girl 0 has shoulder buttons.
And people have edited this one to add shoulder buttons, so it's pretty easy to do.
Yep.
You got enough GPIOs to add those in.
Yep. And that name. Next one is from El Charwi. What can I study to learn all of this on the Bluetooth gamepad? I had a good answer, but I don't remember. It's like, just pick a project that you feel passionate about, and you'll learn by doing. That's how we learned all of this stuff. We're not experts at electronics by any means. We weren't experts at 3D printing by any means. It takes time. You have to have projects to do and learn.
Something that you're passionate about, because in doing all those projects, you're going to learn how to solder, you're going to learn how to program, you're going to learn how to design and model and make sure all your print settings are right. So definitely just pick a project that you'd be passionate about, and it'll teach you a lot. Yep.
There's also problems that you can solve. Maybe you have a personal thing that you can solve with 3D printing or electronics, and just sort of learn by doing, I guess is what you can say.
Yep.
Okay. That's a good question to end on. That is the last question. Thank you guys so much on the YouTubes for posting it up. I guess we'll answer live questions now.
Yeah. Let me go through here. Printer Thing is asking, live 316 video, is it on the horizon? We heard that YouTube is working on that. It's just that the processing tools for stitching everything together, they got to work on optimizing, I guess, whatever stitcher that they're working on. So yeah, it's going to be in the horizon. We're definitely going to look at that. You can do that with Hug VR. Right now, it's.
Does Theta own this, or is it just a standalone social network type thing?
No, I think it's just a streaming
service.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can start streaming that. We'll just haven't gotten around to it.
And the quality is pretty janky.
Yeah, as soon as more people join in, the quality seems to drop. But it's pretty interesting.
Very early adoptery. Okay, good question. Thanks, Jay.
Yes. FX Factory Printer Thing is the plugin that you can use. They have the 360 toolkit that lets you do like painting the stands away.
Okay. So you can do some touch-ups, and
you can do like the little plugin
and things.
Little planet plugin. So it looks like you're like standing on the globe.
Cool.
Yep, it's called VR Tools.
Best way to clean a nozzle from Nick Faro? PVC cleaner liquid?
So I just take like a...
Use acetone?
Yeah, either acetone, or just go in there with like a blade and just scrape it all off. It's been one of the ways I do it.
Yeah.
For cleaning inside, everybody likes the nylon, the cold nylon pole.
Okay.
But on the outside, yeah.
Cool. If any folks have any other suggestions on how you clean your nozzle,
People
we'd love
asking,
to hear about it.
Yeah, post in the comments. People asking, how's your experience with OctoPrint with making PCBs?
It's great. They have a very robust online tool when you upload your Eagle CAD file, your board file. They do a great job of splitting. They do a good job of visualizing and rendering how the board will look like. So they give you every single layer, the top solder mask, the bottom layer, the copper plate. So you get a really good idea, a visual idea of how it's going to turn out. So I've had really good experiences with it. I haven't had, I actually did a nice back and forth trying to get my solder stop mask working correctly. So I was able to just re-upload the file and get an instant rendering of how it'll look like, or how they think it'll look like. And it's really good. Now, I mean, it takes 1 or 2 weeks depending on what shipping you use, but yeah, I think it's pretty speedy. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the best, but you do have to wait a week or so.
Yeah, I think the fastest way, it's not going to be the cheapest way, but it's getting another mill and milling it yourself, because then you'll be able to catch any flaws before you send it out.
Yeah, or at least with this one, you know, you can't do solder masks, you can't do stop, you know, you can't do all these graphics and stuff. The solder masks.
That's really what you were testing with these, getting all the graphics
it's
on
such
it.
a simple board. It's just like, you know, just sorting out how I want my my masks to look like.
Exactly.
Cool, good question.
Oh, and yeah, Printed Thing is saying that he is working on a VR headset.
Yeah, that's right. Check out Print the Thing, Jay Wall, his YouTube channel. He's doing some great live content as well. He's been live streaming how to, or his process of modeling a, is it an old school VR headset, I think? The thumbnail was like this.
Like a Victorian
it looked
graphic.
like it.
Yeah.
It was kind of dope.
And we got comments here. Oh yeah, Maker Muse has some excellent mesh mixer tutorials. Yeah, definitely check those out.
Oh man, he's got the best ones.
Alfonso coming in from Mexico. What's up?
Hello.
And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this week's episode.
Yep. Approaching an hour. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. I hope this one was smooth. Again, apologize for the audio stuff, but with live streams, things like that happen. Again, if you guys want to support the channel, you can do so by picking up a kit, getting some electronics and some filament and whatever, and printer
electronics,
shipping on that printer if you want to get one.
Yep.
10% off. Cosplay. It's good for today up until 11:59 p.m. Eastern time.
Good for everything you mentioned except gift certificates or software.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Definitely take advantage of that.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to be it. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you next week. I think I'm laggy right now. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll sort out that stuff. I don't know what's going on here. All right, guys. I will see you next time, Pedro.
Remember to keep on making.
Keep on making. Bye, guys.
See you.
¿Cómo hay mucho con